On this episode, because there's still no racing, we're going to take you out for a little spin. So strap in, and while we bring you up to the race pace. Well, hopefully this works out like I'm hoping. We're just going for a little cruise today, guys. I'm in the Acre Shaker, and it's super windy. I've got the mic stuffed up in my helmet here with it sealed off as much as I possibly can. And let me change this. I want to see my RPMs. Because right now, we are running on 26 by 9 by 14s all the way around. So pretty small little tires, so the RPMs go up quite a bit. Why am I running on 26s? Well, last week you guys saw that we went to Matt Hecker's for the first and hopefully only annual coronavirus race. Took the Acre Shaker, did some laps. It did pretty well. I think, and I've always said it, the Razor is a great all-around machine. It does trail riding great. It does racing pretty good. Better than some other machines even. But as far as being the all-out best purpose-built race machine, I don't think this generation of Razor is. The Pro XP, we'll see what happens with it as the season starts and progresses. So right now, we're just riding around out by my area. This is perfectly legal for me because my machine is registered. I have the appropriate stickers. I am legal to do it here in this county. So we're just going for a ride. So Illinois got put on another 30-day extension of their stay-at-home order. I know we're going to try and stay out of the coronavirus subject as much as possible. Indiana comes out of their supposed quarantine, lockdown, stay-at-home thing, whatever. We're supposed to come out of that in about, I think, a week, a little less than whatever today's date is. I don't know. I lose track of the days now. If that goes according to plan, then Extreme has a race on the 1st of May. They have already said they will not be doing the Powder Puff race because that actually would take place while we are still in the lockdown state. So there will be no Powder Puff race, unfortunately. But however, they're still going to try and have the normal races. Now this is all dependent on if the state opens up and allows them to do so. I am looking so forward to getting out and racing. It is, I don't know, 1:30 or so in the afternoon here on a Sunday. The weather's okay, but I've been just going stir crazy in the house looking for something to do. I used to play video games. I don't enjoy video games anymore, I've found out. There's just nothing that's all that exciting about it anymore, so I don't really enjoy playing video games. I enjoy driving the Razor, I enjoy going to the races, and having fun doing it that way. So, what's going to happen? Well, we don't really know. Extreme has a race coming up. MWXC has pushed some races back to try and get everything sorted out where they can have as many races as possible. And at this point, if everything starts opening up in a hurry, it doesn't affect the race seasons that much. But if things keep pushing back, what it's going to do is they're going to start stacking up on top of each other. Too many races stacked up on one given weekend make for a big mess. So no one wants that. No one wants to see half-attended races where the race series doesn't really make any money on it from that point. That just wouldn't be any good for anyone. Sorry, got a stop sign here. So no one wants to see that. No one wants to see the race series not make any money. I gotta fix this. These glasses are a pain with the helmet. I don't know, maybe that's better. We'll see. So no one wants to see the race series owners not make any money. But we all want to see the side-by-side racing come back. You guys see that? That's a little hill you can jump. Not saying I've done that, but whatever. AXCC is also on the fence there about what they're going to do, if they'll be able to get out and they'll be able to get their first round in the books. So far, it's really tight. We're supposed to hear back on Monday, which this will have come out on Tuesday, if that'll actually get to happen. As of right now, from what we've heard of Wagglers, they're going to cancel the May 5th race because they said that there's no way they can get in there and get the track ready for round 1 of their short course series in time, not knowing what's actually going to happen. And I don't blame them. I mean, I would like to see it happen, but I completely understand it. So Wagglers' first one is off, and they're playing the rest of the year just by ear. They're going to see what happens, but they're wanting to still have it, which is great because that's what I'm wanting to do this year. That's the reason I have the 26s on the Razor, and that's the reason I've changed the cage over to this one. The doors aren't on right now. Normally there'd be doors in this vicinity, but no doors right now because it makes it a kind of a pain in the butt for daily use to climb in and out of this. Let's talk about the thing that nobody wants to really talk about. What happens if the race season doesn't open up in time? That was fun. For any of the races to really get started, or we only have what we'll call a half season. And that's assuming that we could get it opened up by midsummer, something like that. It would be a half season. What do you do? On a per race series basis, that makes it really hard to say you have a season champion or anything like that, because all of a sudden now you quote-unquote crowned a season champion based on only a couple races. I mean, I guess it is what it is. If you want to be the season champion of any said series, you just have to show up for that series and do well, which is fine. What does that do to an overall thing? Should make it easier on some guys who race to be able to keep their machines together, because they're putting half the time on any given machine at any given races. So normally we say a machine lasts roughly 2 to 3 seasons before it really needs some major help being a race buggy. If we have a season like this, that almost extends it by a full year. That's great for the machine. What does it do for retailers and stuff that are trying to sell them? It makes it hard on them, I can tell you that much. What does the future hold if we have no racing at all? Man, that's going to be rough. That's a rough year. I know several race series owners that count on the income that they get from their series as part of their yearly income. Now, I know most everybody is kind of hurting from all of this in some form or fashion, be it reduced hours, no job, no hours at all, whatever it is, or just because you're in an industry that's deemed not essential that you can't be open. But no one wants to see another person hurt just because they're hurt. At least that's the way I look at it. So it's going to make it rough. What it could do is it could cause some of the smaller series that were kind of operating on shoestring budgets to begin with to not be able to reopen next year, because there is a startup cost to everything. And if you just don't have the funds to do the startup, you're better off then to go back and work your normal factory job, and that makes it kind of rough. Road closed ahead. Let's see what that actually means for a RZR. That's probably a bad idea, but... So far, the road is not closed to me. Maybe they had it closed because this creek does flood out quite a bit. No, the road closed thing is right here. It just looks gravelly, not closed. That's not closed at all, it's just gravel. So I guess also what I've had running through my head, which I'll share, is what does it mean for Eminent Performance if the race series is shut down? It's hard to come up with content when we don't have any race series to cover. I would love to say, oh yeah, we'll just keep churning out stuff, but I can only be so creative with so little content. I mean, I can make stuff up and all that, but it becomes just me goofing around at some point when there's no races to go see. Because the reality is, you guys are coming to our channel, our mediums of communication, to get the race news and to see what's happening in the race world. You may find us reasonably entertaining, but if it's just me goofing around, I would say I become not so entertaining after a while. The plan so far, Doug and I still have some actually rather large plans for the year. This was all planned prior to the whole shutdown. We have some plans to go around with another race team, assuming that all the racing opens back up. We have plans to go out west to King of Hammers this year, assuming that all opens back up. So, there's a lot to do if and when it all opens back up. But if nothing opens back up, I mean, I can't go to races that don't exist, right? You all understand that. So what does it mean for Sunday Drive for Eminent Performance if nothing opens up? Honestly, it doesn't affect much for us. Right now, we're kind of getting the machine ready. I know we're getting into May and we would like to get started, but man, it's just wet right now and I don't see how we could even get started at this point. We're going to run the same machine, I think in the same configuration, on the same track. Yeah, that was a little jump. I think I scared that guy in the truck. That was fun. I may go back and hit that again. here's this jump again. And it's not much of a jump this way. I gotta go back the other way. These people that live around here probably think I'm some sort of hooligan. They're not wrong. But what does it mean for Sunday Drive? We'll get back to that topic. The reality is Sunday Drive can go on regardless. I'm not concerned about, I'm going to put it out there. I'm done with obeying their stupid stay-at-home orders. The information, if you actually start looking for it, when you're looking for what is the death rate, you know, the contagiousness of COVID-19, it is microscopic in comparison to the heavy-handedness that the government has laid out. But I'm not going to get into all that. That's my personal opinions. I think as long as we keep the group small, which we always have, it's not a problem. Here's the jump again. And we'll turn down this road now so that we stop buzzing these people's houses. So we're going to get Sunday Drive ready. We're going to have to prep the track a little bit. It's honestly not bad, but it just needs to dry up. Some spots in there are really wet, and it's not going to do well for just going out and running on it. I mean, tracks need prepped. It's how it goes. Not much of a jump there. Kind of pull the front wheels up a little. So we want to thank all of our sponsors. First of all, I want to thank CW Motorsports. They've been with us for a long time. Really appreciative of everything that they've always done for us. Spanx Fab, thanks to them. This cage is actually made by Spanx Fab, and the bumpers and the tree kickers and all kinds of stuff on this RZR. They make great parts. Also, we want to thank Watch Communications for hosting the podcast and the website. And we want to thank A34 Powder Coat out of Terre Haute. If you guys need any powder coating done, definitely get a hold of them. They're now in a new shop and set up and ready to go with all the work. They also do, I think it's pronounced Cerakote. I'm not real good at that. I've thought about having them do that to some of my toys. But, yeah, I'm going to get with them on that. So big thanks to you guys, and thanks for strapping in and riding along with us here on the Race Pace. There goes a bobcat. You won't be able to see it. It's back over that way. I'm sure it's making great noises for everyone right now.